Imagine this. You're in a room full of people. Someone looks at you and says, "You're honestly not that impressive." The room goes silent. Every eye turns towards you. And in that moment, something invisible happens. It is not just an insult. It is a test of control. Because now the question is no longer what they said, but what you will become because of it. Most people miss this completely. They think they are responding to words, but they are actually revealing access points. Anger gives access. Defense gives access. Even silence can be misread as access. So the real trap is not the insult. It is the reaction it tries to extract. Because once you react emotionally, you are no longer steering your behavior. You are responding inside someone else's frame. And that frame decides how you are interpreted, not you. This is why predictable reactions create hidden control. Not through power, but through repetition. If someone can reliably trigger you, they don't need authority. They only need repetition. Now here is where psychology becomes uncomfortable. Most people believe speaking up equals strength, but uncontrolled reaction is not strength. It is emotional leakage, and whatever leaks can be read, and whatever can be read can be influenced. Now picture a different response. The same insult, same room, same pressure, but something breaks the pattern. No emotional spike, no defense, just a pause, and then a simple boundary. That says more about you than me. Nothing else. No explanation, no emotional follow-up. And suddenly the room changes. Not because you dominated it, but because you stopped feeding it. There was nothing to escalate, nothing to analyze, nothing to use. And in the absence of reaction, attention collapses back on the speaker. Now shift deeper. Most loss of self-respect does not happen in public moments. It happens in private compromises, small ones. You ignore discomfort to keep things smooth. You stay quiet when something crosses a line. You agree to things you don't mean, not once, but repeatedly. And your mind tracks every instance, not as emotion, but as instruction. Slowly, a pattern forms. Boundaries become optional. Voice becomes delayed. Self-intervention becomes rare. And over time, you stop expecting yourself to respond at all. That is how identity is rewritten. Not through trauma, through repetition without resistance. Now reverse it. Imagine the first time you interrupt that pattern. You say no without explaining it. You walk away without over-justifying. You stop performing comfort when you feel none. At first, everything resists you internally, because change always feels like instability before it becomes structure. But something else begins forming underneath, self-trust. And self-trust changes the entire system, because when you trust yourself, you no longer need external permission to hold boundaries. You simply act from them. Now return to the beginning. Same insult, same room, but now you see it differently. It was never about winning a moment. It was about refusing entry into a psychological trap. A trap designed to extract emotional control through reaction. And most people walk into it automatically, not because they are weak, but because they were never taught to pause before responding. Here is the final truth. You are not respected for how loudly you respond. You are respected for what cannot easily move you. Not every statement deserves your reaction. Not every moment deserves your energy. Not every opinion deserves access to your mind. And the moment you stop reacting automatically, you stop being controlled automatically. So before you end your day, ask yourself one question. Did I protect my peace? Or did I outsource it to other people's behavior? Because self-respect is not a performance. It is a pattern, built quietly, reinforced daily, and visible only in what you refuse to abandon in yourself. And once that pattern stabilizes, you become unshakable, not because nothing affects you, but because nothing outside you decides who you are anymore.